Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back. Lynnette Caldwell joining us here, and she's a woman who wears many hats as an entrepreneur, as a mindset coach, as a hair growth expert, and baker. I can't even. The dog's happy that you're here. So am I. You're an amazing person, and she has a lot of tasks, a lot of feats, and she's accomplished a lot. She's self-made, and she's here inspiring others to do just that. If you believe in something, go for it. If you have something you want to sell, product, believe in it, do it. She's here to guide you every step of the way, and she's living proof and a success with her famous Nana's pudding and her amazing product line. So I'll have you introduce yourself. Go ahead.
That was amazing. It is so good to see you again because I didn't see you last week. Yes, my name is Lynnette Caldwell, and I am a woman of many talents. I am the owner of theMANEthang Hair Wellness Solutions. I am also the owner of Nana's Pudding and Other Deliciousness, and I am a money mindset coach. I help coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, beginning athletes, and sports companies to transform their minds around money so that they can track more money into their lives. And by the way, speaking of that, I had my master class last week.
Congrats. How was it?
Oh my God. First of all, anything that can go wrong went wrong. But guess what? I did not let that stop me. I'm still getting over a cold. I think this is the third week. That week was the the second week, and I still went forward with it. It was a 3-day masterclass. Some of the topics were self-love is profitable, toxicity is expensive, and then we started to talk about money and how money is cultivated, what's the energy of money, and how just money flows into your life. So it was absolutely amazing. I got a lot of positive feedback. Like I said, it was a lot of glitches, but yet I still moved on because that's what the mindset is all about. Just moving on and keep going, no matter what's going on. And that's exactly what happened. I'm so proud and happy about that. I told you my iPad broke. As a matter of fact, I used my iPad the first day of the training, and then
it went kaput.
the next day it wouldn't turn on. So I had to figure out how to use my computer, which is so funny because I use boxes to hold my computer up so I can get it at the right level. But now I have it on a tripod. So, we welcome problems because what? We learn from them and we start to grow. That's how we get wise with these problems, right?
It's so true, really. And we're here making it happen, making it work. Congratulations on that. How did it go? I mean, you were teaching, obviously.
Well, yeah, I was teaching to over 300 people because it was in my Facebook group. So we were in there. Another thing that happened, the emails that were going out, a lot of people didn't receive it, but they were still signing up for the class. And then people were asking me. So I had to verbally tell some people, join the Facebook group or come in here and do it. So again, another snafu, but as we have the problems, we continue to learn. And it was pretty lengthy. I was talking, I was tired at the end of it all, but when it was time for action, I was ready and I was just starting to talk. At first I was talking to myself, which was fine. I was getting out my story. So, and then as time went on, people started to chime in, things started to flow, and things started to work. But that just lets you know that you just have to keep on going. And it was amazing. Like I said, I still have people signing up, although it's not happening. I'm gonna do it again, of course. But try to get some of these things into place that were out of place. But for the most part, it went smooth sailing. Talking by myself for over an hour.
Wow.
That's just unheard of.
Amazing, amazing. Congratulations. And
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm just so, because I'm a big proponent. We talk about this all the time of self-development. I don't think people realize how important that is in life. Self-development could just catapult you to the next level. It's almost like quantum leaping. And I'm really trying to get people to understand that. So that's what self-love is profitable for. That's what that storyline was about, because it talked about how I started Nana's Pudding and what mind state I was in and how I kept going and doing different things and how it became a household name. And then companies were interested in it, but it all started with self-development,
Mhm.
just doing things and about self-worth and believability, believing in yourself and knowing that you deserve certain things. And that right there are the problems that I see with a lot of people. They don't have those ingredients right there to make, you have to believe in yourself. You have to know you deserve in order for you to get a sale or anything like that. So those are specifically, so a lot of people's like, wow, that was interesting, because people don't think about it. They don't think about it in that way. So when I talked about toxicity is expensive, that's talking about how certain behaviors repel your money and repel situations like arguing and gossiping and confrontations and things of that nature. Of course, again, people don't think about these things and think of it in terms of money. So that was another aha moment for a lot of people. And then we just started talking about, the next day was the energy of money. Like money is like a friend, you
Mhm.
have a relationship with money. You love money, but you don't let it take over your life. But you love money just like you love your kids and everything
Yeah.
else. You just know that, okay, I'm going to circulate you, and then you're going to come back to me. You're probably going to bring a couple of your friends, and we're going to have a gregarious relationship. So that was another aha moment, because people don't look at money like that, like a relationship. No. And they think that, you need to chase money, but anything you're chasing is running. So those are the things that we had a chance to go over and do. And I did a workbook. The workbook was about 34 pages. So it was like a fill-in. So some of it was fill-in. A lot of it was, universal laws, things that people need to know that can help them in any aspects of their lives. So I really want to put those in there, not to, they can read at their leisure. And then we had a lot of fill-ins. So it was 34 pages. People were surprised about that. Like, wow, you really did a workbook? I did.
Oh my goodness. I can't. This is great. By the way, we didn't establish Lynette Caldwell, how we could reach you.
Yes, you can reach me on Instagram. Instagram is under Lynnette Caldwell. You can on Instagram is the main things with an S at the end. Also is themanethang.com. On Instagram is Nana's Pudding _. I'm on Facebook as Lynnette Caldwell. I'm on LinkedIn as Lynnette Caldwell, and Nana's Pudding on Facebook.
Great. Thank you so much. And
You're
also,
welcome.
how is the money mindset coaching going in a sense? You mentioned, some people want to manifest, create. They don't know how to do it. I feel like spring is coming, summer's coming. There's, I don't know, something with summer that we want more. I feel like we hibernate more, and it's
Right.
okay to be a little lethargic, but I feel like now is the time to
Oh, I
up
feel
your
like I'm so
game,
hot.
to start. I'm sweating too.
But yeah, just like I said in the master class, we need to go back to the basics. Go back to the basics and keep on learning, keep on growing, keep on learning. I feel like people stopped learning once we got out of school because it wasn't a requirement. You didn't have to develop yourself anymore. So that was really pushing people along. So we need to keep on developing ourselves, keep learning about ourselves, keep growing. And that's how you start to manifest money. I'm telling you, this stuff worked. I will not lie to you. I am the prime example of what I'm teaching. The
Absolutely.
prime example.
hmm
Yes. So I'm just happy that I'm able to help people. And I know I said I talk about businesses and small businesses, but this could be for people also who are working in the work environment.
hmm
Employees, if that's what they want to do. But I always say that anybody who works should also have a side hustle, some
I
type of
always say that.
side
Yeah.
thing where they're bringing some type of, excuse me, income in, where they can grow, because it takes your mind, when you're just so into the workflow or working for somebody, it could be iffy. But if you had something else that you enjoy doing or whatever, you're more pleasant, you have a different disposition about yourself, you're not really focused really on the job. So you get to spread your mind, and then this is yours, this is yours. You own that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's extra. So I really do. I wish I had it. I'll tell you that. When I was growing,
Yeah.
just growing myself and, starting these businesses, I wish I had it. Speaking of that, I thought I told you I wanted to make a shampoo, a dog shampoo. But because I have two dogs and they are two very different dogs,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make two different kinds. One is called Chazzy Poo. That's my Maltese
Is
with the
that
white
okay?
hair.
Uh-huh.
So it's gonna be something that has white in it too. Bright is a whitener for dogs that have white fur. And the other one, he has so many allergies, so it's
You
gonna
need to
be
make something super, super
yeah,
natural.
like
Yeah.
they're both going to be all natural, but he has, a lot of tea tree oil, something gentle, chamomile, something like that for him. But I was going to call that Pepper Poo because that's his name.
Oh, cute.
I just thought it. I said, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait! I can't wait to put that into action." But finally, Amazon is doing well. They lost my products, found them. I'm almost not able to keep up.
Wow.
Almost not. That's a good problem, right?
Mm-hmm. It really is. And how many years now have you had the company for?
I've only, I just started it. I think I put it out to the public in
Three
2021, the end
years?
of 2021.
Oh my
So
gosh.
this was just 2022. It just started to evolve in the summer of 2022.
Wow. And picked
Yeah.
up that quick by Amazon. Lucky, lucky gal. And
Yeah, it is really doing well. And
do you
like I
have other
said,
people that oversee these? And how do you do Nana's pudding? Do you have help or is it really
yeah,
just
yeah,
you?
well,
Are you?
definitely. No, I do have help because I can't do it all by
Mm-hmm.
myself. So it's various things. And then the sea moss, the sea moss is part of, I say, the main thing products because it can go into your hair and help your hair as well. So I had some orders for sea moss last night that I had to that I had to get out. But yeah, I have someone packing and taking to the post office and doing, you could either call UPS or the post office and have them come pick it up or have, somebody take it. So yeah, I have help across the board because I'm just a one woman show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, we're happy to have you here, Lynnette Caldwell. Again, we've got to know each other. I feel like, is it almost a year? Has it been the spring of last year?
No, not yet.
Was it summer
I,
we started talking? Um,
yeah.
and I know we're now like, how are your grandkids? How are they
Yeah.
doing?
Oh my gosh, Ava was here. She was just here. And I FaceTime with them all the time with Venus. I can't believe how Venus is moving along. She's only one. She she acts like she's three or something. So they're funny. They're good. As a matter of fact, Ava left her Crocs. She asked me to mail them to her.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah, because she was here last week. I think someone Ashley called me to said you weren't going to be available or something like that.
I'm
So
here.
you're here?
I said, I'm here. I don't know what
Oh,
day it was. I'm like, I'm here today.
it was last week because we weren't yeah, we didn't meet up. Oh, I was calling you and then she
No,
called
no, no,
me.
no. The computer wasn't working.
Oh,
I think that was the technical. I missed two, three people that day. I think it was.
oh,
I'm sorry, I don't
okay.
remember. But I thought you meant I took off. And I'm like, I didn't take off. But no, I've been here. But no, there's been some issues. Like I mentioned,
Oh, okay.
ironically, the whole blur situation. We tried downloading the software to do the blur, and it trickled with our cameras. So we had to go
Hmm.
back to the older version. Ironically, that's what we talked about when we first started. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I tell you, things just come up. But so speaking of Ava, she was here, so you would have seen her last week. Um, had we had spoken, how we did the podcast and she was available. Oh, as a matter of fact, she wanted to sit down for the master class and she was taking notes. She was saying, oh, Emma, so what you say money circulates so that it's coming right back to you. Don't spend it. So she had
Hmm.
to tell her mother what she had notes. So her mother said, oh, well, when you want that slime, I will not spend. my money to get it for you.
Aw.
So Ava, just tell her to circulate it.
Yeah.
Circulate the money. So she was taking notes. And then I had on green that day, so I happened to wear green lipstick. And I was saying to people, sometimes you have to get out your comfort zone. You know, I've never worn green lipstick before, but I thought I would do something different. So she said, Emma, what was you saying about comfort zone and the green lipstick? So she was really sitting there on the side, paying attention to what I was talking about, and just, you know, being that little Lynnette at the time.
Yeah. Oh,
So
amazing,
I said,
amazing, amazing.
oh, she's so good. But this is what I have to ask you. Have you been watching the murders?
Oh, just crazy you're bringing this up. Okay. Not only do I watched Netflix. Did you watch the first two
Well,
episodes on
I watched the
Netflix?
I watched the Netflix, I watched American Greed,
Oh, I didn't see.
and
I
I'm
saw the
watching the
CNN
show.
one last night. Wasn't so good, but there was one on CNN at 9 o'clock. They had a
Oh,
panel of like attorneys and experts.
I do court TV all day long now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, it's crazy. I'm so involved. Well, you don't understand. I just spoke to someone before who, she's like a medical intuitive, and
Mhm.
so this is even how we're connected. Okay, Lynette, this is just weird. So I've always, and she was talking about medical conditions, and I said, look, my biggest issue is this IBS I've dealt with my whole life. She's trying to tell me it's from a past life, and then within minutes, she just says to me, she's like, you witnessed a murder in your past life, and she's like 8 lives ago, and I start crying, right, and then I'm like, it makes sense. Here I am watching. I can't understand why I'm obsessed. All I watch is when I do get a chance to watch is this murder mystery stuff. I started watching the Madeline McCann stuff on Netflix. All I watch is Dateline 2020. I've been obsessed with this my whole life. I'm surprised I didn't go into investigative reporting and
Right.
but and I'm like, what is that? Why? She's like, yeah, it took you a long time to finally. She's like, real. I'm like, I can never see myself letting that go. She's like, you weren't a strong person back then. Like, it took you 8 lifetimes to. I'm like,
Right.
it's not why I'm so addicted to this stuff. I mean, I can't. I just don't understand this guy. He clearly did it. I'm sorry. I really
No.
think he did. Who else? And then the whole blood splatter thing. Now he's saying it's not his. It couldn't have
Oh
been his
my
inside of
gosh.
the jacket. I mean, come on. You hire someone to kill yourself, to kill, and like, I mean. It's such a sad story. And then he denied being there. And then he's on the video of his son, right? And the TikTok video.
Yes.
Then he
The
had to admit,
Snapchat.
oh, I was there. I was there. Really?
Right. You had no choice but to admit it at this point. I
But
mean, I am
how do you
so
think the
glued.
jury's what's gonna happen? Because
First of
there's
all,
no murder weapons, right? Ironically, they're gone. I would
everything
still,
is gone.
yeah.
Like exactly. But to be honest with you, I didn't see the very, very beginning because I didn't realize that court TV was handling, but ever since I found out about it, I've been doing it. But in the beginning, I think that Creighton Waters, the prosecutor, wasn't doing that great a job. And I'm like, come on, we gotta get it. But his closing arguments, oh my God, he just wheeled it right
Oh,
in
I
for me.
didn't
Like,
see it. I didn't see it. Okay.
oh, that was yesterday.
Okay.
Today is the defense closing argument, but also the rebuttal of the state. I mean, I am in love with the state because I have analyzed this man. I even knew what his sign was before I even knew what his sign was. I just knew the characteristics of who he was. And even Ava
What
says,
sign is
oh,
he? What sign is it?
he's a Gemini.
What birthday is that?
That's in June.
Okay.
Like that's May, the end of May.
Okay.
That's because I'm in May, but I'm early May. I'm
Okay.
Taurus. But he's after May 22nd. So his birthday is June 17th or something like that.
Okay.
So I mean, the obsession with money and stealing and lying and all types of stuff that he's been going on. And Ava said, oh my God, Emma, he reminds me of someone else. I'm not even going to say who that someone else is. I'll text you one day and tell you. But he has the same characteristics of this person. And she says,
Oh,
is
like a
that him?
narcissist, like Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Did she? I could say it. I love Trump, but I also think he's a narcissist too. That's great.
Yes.
A lot of
So
people
she said, is that Trump?
that's great. Sorry, God, I had to say it. Oh.
I said, see, even a child knows, like she is
Mhm.
perceptive and and how, he tried to change the opinions and what the testimony of the women that worked with him and changing the clothes and the tarp and all this
Well,
stuff.
I don't
And
know. What do you mean he changed the opinion of people that were? I don't know this. Would he?
okay,
Would
so
they test?
there's a woman that used to work with his father. I think her name is Shelley, and then there was another person in the house. So he was trying to tell one of them that he was in the home longer than what he was, and she was like, "Oh no, you wasn't." He was like, "Oh, I've been here since, say for instance, 5 o'clock." She's like, "No, you just got here." And the other one, he was trying to say that he had those clothes on all day, and she's like, "That's not what you had on before. That's not what you had on earlier." He's like, "Yes, it was." So
Well, I saw
he's
three
trying,
different pictures of him that day with 3 different outfits on, right?
yeah. So I mean, if you could see the estate and how long it is to drive through there, who in their right mind would come up on someone's estate as dark as it is, dogs and all this kind of stuff? No one's coming up there to try to kill anybody like that. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, and like you said, you watched all the Netflix stuff, so you saw all the backstory of the young man that was dead in the road
Oh
that
my God. And
had
then Gloria, the housekeeper,
uh,
he took out the insurance policy on her a month before, a commercial insurance policy before she died.
on his in his house.
Yeah, and then
So
he got
he
four
assumed
point two million that he took, never gave it to the family, right?
4.3, and he's saying that he only had 505, but he still nevertheless never gave anything to anyone at that point. This is what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if they would give these families the money. And then the
Out
other
of his
one for the
estate.
girl who got killed on the boat, the beach,
Mallory or
Mallory Beach. Yeah, Mallory Beach. That's why he went into this hysteria, because he asked the man, which was his friend, who's a lawyer for them, saying, "Well, how's that coming along?" He said, "You're gonna have to pay." So he don't want that. He borrowed, begged, and stole from everyone. He don't want to have to pay something else.
And how
And he
sick he
felt,
showed up that night at the hospital with his father, and he's telling the doctor and nurse to let me in. I'm representing them, all the friends. I mean, and tells that kid, is it Connor? Just take,
yeah.
just, you were driving. I got you. Don't worry, I got you. You just say you were driving.
Oh my gosh, that was
That
horrible.
is sick. This man is sick.
Yeah, and I know I know that mindset. So I understand how he thinks, because he thinks he's so smart and he thinks he gets over. He's taken so many people's money. And the black lady whose son was a paraplegic, she said, "Oh, I thought he was so nice." And I'm like,
Oh, I didn't
oh
see
gosh,
this.
everybody who smiles in your face it does not mean that they're a nice person. And he's been stealing. I don't understand how the firm did not know
No,
this.
for how long? How long was it going on for?
20 something years.
For what?
He's been stealing and doing stuff for 20 something years. Yes. And she's just figuring it out.
Wow. What did his parent now? He was supposed to be at his parents' house. Are they too old and incapable of saying when he was there?
Well,
Is there
his father,
cameras on the roads that he's traveling on? Did they ever
that's what I want
like?
to know. First of all, I want to know that. And I want to know, did he have insurance money for the wife and the son? I haven't heard about that. So I guess they're going to feel that that's not motive, because he didn't stand to gain anything. But what we understand from the Netflix stuff, that the wife was about to leave because he wasn't paying a lot of the bills.
Bills. Mm-hmm.
And then he tried to act like he has this opioid. I could tell you right now, from taking opioids myself, from this back injury,
Mm-hmm.
is that you are not going to take 100 pills a day. There is no way.
Yeah.
There is
And
no
that's right.
way.
Then that's what I saw quickly about all the money going in. He was trying to set up the drug dealer. He was paying the drug dealer all this money, right? And the guy said,
Yeah,
"There's no way you could take 100 pills a day." So what is he doing?
right. So I think there's also a backstory. So if, like you said, you watched the Netflix show, the young man that was dead, that nobody wanted to talk
Oh,
about
the
or whatever.
Steven Tyler,
Right.
oh, and
Stephen,
he was
right.
homosexual. And
So,
then they talked
and
about
they
maybe
said that the son, Buster, they felt
was
like they had
having an
something
affair.
going on. I think that he could possibly have a relationship with someone, male or female, but something else is going on besides this money, because this is a small town. You don't even need as much money as he had on a regular basis to live there. I mean, you can live the lifestyle you have with not as much money as he's been going through. So what are you really doing with this money?
And where has Buster been? I don't watch. Is he in the
He's in
courtroom?
court.
What does he do
He's in
for a
court.
living? Is he an attorney too? Wasn't he? Or
He got kicked out of college. He got expelled from college because he did something and they expelled him from college. But the ladies, there's people who are lined up to be in court. They say that they see him and the girl Brooklyn, that was Paul's girlfriend. They having fun. When they get into court, they snickering. But when court starts, they start crying. They start, looking sad. I mean, this is like lights, camera, action for them.
Wow. Wow.
So if this jury does not, I mean, like I said, at first I felt like Creighton Waters was not, bringing home why he killed him. But yesterday, when he did his closing argument, he went through the money aspect. They said he spent too much time on that. I felt it was fine. Then he went through the timeline, the kennel, the dogs, the phone, and all this stuff, and how he lies so much. So, and some things that just came up, like that phone, Paul's phone just came up from the snapshot. The defense didn't know about that. I don't believe they knew about that. It just came up during the trial.
And then his attorney had to tell him, you gotta have to admit this, it's you, right? Like,
yeah.
oh, and
but
then blame it on the drugs.
Excuse me. His attorney has been his attorney. If you look at Netflix, you could see that same attorney there all the time. I said, oh my gosh, I can't not wait until this verdict comes back. If it's not a conviction, I hope it's a mistrial so that they can do it all over again.
Wow.
Please do not let this man walk.
Oh my goodness. Well, interesting.
Even the brother, I mean, you could tell the brother said he arrived at the scene and he just started sweeping up the brains and stuff. He thought it was tissue at some point, but he felt like it was the right thing to do.
Wait,
for
Buster
Paul.
said this?
No, not the son.
The father?
The brother, the father's brother.
Oh, Marvin, John.
Yeah,
Marvin?
John Marvin. Yeah.
I didn't know this. Wait. He started touching the crime scene. They let him? I didn't even know this.
Exactly. Who sweeps up the crime scene? You're not supposed to touch anything.
Clean your nephew's brains? That is horrible. I mean, wow. And interesting. Yeah, I heard nothing about the life insurance policy either, which is kind of fishy. You would think she would have life insurance.
Right. With all this insurance that he's going through and everything that he's done.
The policy, he had a policy on himself for like 10 million, right? That's what he was trying to do, kill himself so his son gets it.
And was he really trying to kill himself? Because the guy said when he arrived here, he had no idea what was going on. He thought it was an accident or something like that. And then he started shooting at him. He said, if I was hired to shoot him, you better believe he would have been dead.
That's right. That's right. That's speculation that he was hired to shoot him. You're right. He said no. Yeah, he did. That's right. I saw that too. He said that. Yeah, he would have been dead. Like, so he must have. Well, didn't someone on the Netflix show, the operator clearly said, when someone called in as a witness saying, I just saw some guy on the side of the street. It looked like it was staged though. She's like, I kept going.
Exactly.
And the operator says, damn right. Or she says like, I would have done that too. She's like, I don't blame you. And I'm like,
yes. She said, I kept on going. She said, yes.
I don't blame you.
I didn't trust it. And that was good on her part because this guy he's unbelievable. He just thinks everything revolves around him. I mean, I believe it, but I just can't believe him. Like, really? I cannot wait. I think he's going to try to kill himself now, especially if he gets convicted. I think that's just because he can't see himself. They had this fame and fortune in their family for so long that he can't go down like this.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Now you got me thinking about Epstein when he killed himself. Okay. We'll talk next week. We're out of time. I want the update. You have more information than me. So fill me in.
Girl, I watched this all day. I got it on now.
All right. I didn't even know. So Court TV actually shows the court,
They showed the court. Yeah, we're in court right now.
Every day? Are you serious?
Every day.
I don't even know what channel.
I don't know what channel yours is. But please look for Court TV.
Okay. And every day. So today's when is it going to be?
Today was the closing. So I guess the judge is now going to give it to the what you call them? The jury. But still, they're going to recap. They're going to go, later on, Vinny comes on and they recap every segment. Oh my God, I love this. I eat it up.
Thanks for teaching me something. All right, Lynnette Caldwell, thank you. Have a great day and we'll talk soon.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.